Hello, Tiger Nation. It's H. Mejia here in Tampa, Florida at Raymond James Stadium as the Towson University Tigers get ready to take on the USF Bulls. We have an absolutely incredible show for you because not only are we going to cover today's game, we're going to take you behind the scenes to show you all the action for this weekend's Towson visit. Let's check it out. For the first time in Towson University football history, the Tigers traveled to Florida to play their 2016 season opener against the USF Bulls at beautiful Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. This tough FBS opponent is coming off a year that saw them win 7 of their last 8 games and qualify for a bowl game. They are predicted to win the AAC conference and contend for national rankings and are heavy favorites in this weekend's contest over the Tigers. The Tiger team arrived on a Friday, the day after Florida was hit with a Category 1 hurricane, and the team hotel was only a few blocks from the stadium. All right, we're here at the Hilton Tampa International Airport Hotel, home base for the Towson University Tigers football team and alumni. So let's check out the welcome reception. Over 100 Towson University supporters showed up at this intimate Tiger welcome reception that consisted of alumni, former football players, and supporters that showed up to welcome the team to Florida.
Yeah, we're excited to be here. Our first trip into the state of Florida against a very, very tough opponent, team that won 7 out of their last 8 games last year. A lot of returners. They're going to give us probably more than we want, but okay, we'll line up and play the game.
Well, I told Coach this was the greatest thing, that he brought all of the players and the former coaches and all up here to talk to us. And I said, as a fan, it just made me so proud that I saw the love, the affection for Towson football and the growth and the rise of the Tiger Nation. It was awesome.
Former record-breaking Towson quarterback and current Senior Associate Director of Athletics, Dan Crowley, was excited about this opening game weekend for the Tigers.
You know, we've been doing this now for the better part of 7 years. Pick one 1A school, schedule it in advance, so that boys know we're preparing for this in the spring. It's on the schedule. We're going to take full advantage. The boys are going to get off the bus. They're going to show up to the stadium on Saturday, and we have every intention of going out and winning a football game.
Tiger head coach Rob Ambrose was overwhelmed to see this tremendous support here in Florida.
Like I say to our guys, when you're done playing, your job is to buy season tickets, come to the games, yell at me, and tell me all the stupid stuff I did, and come hug me in the locker room. But their bigger goal is to make sure that these guys are making sure that the players that come after them have it better than they did. That's your teammate job now. That's your role. And watching everybody be involved, I'm more excited the night before the game. Let's go.
And he stressed that USF is a tough opponent, but being an underdog has always been part of Tiger football history.
Well, it's the first game coming out of camp. So everybody, everywhere, all across the company is looking forward to hitting someone new. We got goals. They're in the way. And we have a history of not backing down. It doesn't matter. We don't line up to lose. And we talk about just playing 6 seconds at a time together. While they may have more scholarships, more money, and they only put 11 guys on the field, our 11 guys can play football too.
In 26 years broadcasting as the voice of the Tigers, Spiro Marikas flew in with the team and saw this as another great chapter in Towson football history.
When Towson started playing FBS schools back in 2006, it was big because we played Navy, which is close to Baltimore, and it was a big game for us. We got blown out. And a couple years ago, Towson beat Connecticut, so that was huge. But Connecticut was a bad team that year. This USF team is a really good team. If Towson could pull the upset Saturday night, it could be one of the 2 or 3 biggest wins in the program's history.
Former coach Gordy Combs, who spent 30 years coaching Tiger football, including 17 years as head coach, and who is now working with Spiro on the radio broadcast of the game, was also excited about the continual growth of the Tiger program.
I mean, you talk about being an underdog. I mean, that when we were in the Division II playoffs or when we were playing those 1AA teams when you played, we were always the underdog. And, you know, we relished that role. And now playing here, the exposure that you get from playing these teams, and, you know, they went down and played LSU a couple years ago and gave them everything they could handle. So it's a great scenario for our football program.
Let me tell you, a cool part of the evening was when head coach Rob Ambrose asked all the former football players to come on stage and share a little bit about themselves and their experiences. I was so honored to be part of this evening and surrounded by so much Towson University football history. No matter where we're located across the country, The Tiger blood transcends time and space and locality. And maybe we've never met each other, but we're all family, aren't we? I've seen teammates from years, and I see this great coach and big hug, and just, it's timeless.
And yeah, we even had a former player who was back on the first ever Tiger team back in 1969.
When I was there, I said in years to come we would be playing in the Southern Conference. Towson was a perfect setting for college football and academics, and I knew we would be, not here obviously, but in 20 years after I graduated and we got there, and it's just the whole scenario is just amazing. It's just it's come so far to be here where we are tomorrow night.
I also had a chance to talk to many former players who were all so happy and proud to experience this event together.
It's the people. It's the players, the coaches, the alumni, the people who are part of the program. I'm glad I came here. I'm glad I played, and I'm glad I keep coming back.
That experience, it lives on forever. Lives on forever. You can see here, everybody came up there and spoke. It's a brotherhood. We have a bloodline, and we want to see the black and gold throughout the country. We want them to continue to rise the tiers from Division III, Division II, Division I AA. We want to get up to the top.
One of the reasons I'm involved in the fundraising part of Towson and giving back to Towson is my experience was a fabulous one at Towson. For all the reasons that Towson allowed me to be those sort of things and helped shape me as to who I am today, I want to try and do some of those same things for other kids coming through Towson.
I'm extremely proud to be an alum and a former player down here to see this happen. So we're certainly ecstatic to be down here.
I value most the camaraderie I had with the guys that I met and had great experiences in college football.
Let me tell you, it was indeed an incredible Tiger evening at this welcome reception.
All right, welcome back to Raymond James Stadium as the Towson University Tigers and the USF Bulls are getting ready here in pregame. But talking about pregame, let's check out the Towson University pregame party outside of the stadium right now.
Yes, right outside Raymond James Stadium, Tigers supporters were on hand enjoying all the pregame festivities and ready to cheer on the Tigers on this sunny game day.
I didn't realize it's been 48 years. I started at Towson in '69. I didn't know football just started. It was there. The big sport was lacrosse then, but football is big time now. Occasionally we watch it on the TV, and I still remember being down here watching the Amos Alonzo Stag Bowl, and it was a great game. We lost, but we're here now. How big does it get? Who knows?
Well, it's always good for the alumni to get together. And when this was on the schedule, all of us got together and said, we're going to come down, support the guys. Towson, Rob's doing a great job, so we all came down, support. Hopefully we'll end up on a good side.
It's just nice to be with fellow alumni in the area and actually stay in touch. I don't get the chance much to do this, so it's nice to see that there's other alumni in Florida that I can associate with and stay in touch with and maybe travel with home for a game.
Just an experience living in Ocala, just the opportunity to come down here to South Florida to see a team. Awesome. Go Tigers.
And I also had a chance to catch up with the proud dad of the current Tiger quarterback, Morgan Mahalik.
He's excited. I was hanging out with him earlier today, and he's ready to go. He's like, I just want to get in there, start warming up, start throwing some balls, and play some football. He's been wanting to play some football for a while.
All right, as the pregame party wrapped up for the start of the game, let me now take you to the first half highlights. Unfortunately, the USF Bulls got on the board early as Quentin Flowers threw a 43-yard TD to Tarius Tice, as the USF tremendous team speed became quite apparent right from the opening kickoff. Now you got to give credit to the Tiger defense as they hung in there and picked off a pass on the next USF possession as Justin Pettis-Dixon made his first career Tiger interception. The Tiger offense took advantage of the turnover as Tiger quarterback Morgan Mahalik hit Andre Dessenberg on a 4th and 8 for 18 yards and a first down. Towson was unable to find the end zone and had to settle for a 29-yard field goal from freshman Aiden O'Neal. Then that USF team speed hurt the Tigers once again on a big USF kickoff return and set up this Marlon Mack 7-yard TD. But give it to the Tigers, who stepped up again to match up and connect with this incredible 56-yard pass from Mahalik to Christian Summers. And let me tell you, as a former tight end, there is nothing prettier than seeing a quarterback threading this nice pass down the seam. That set up Darius Victor bouncing to the outside for a 1-yard score. And by the way, that was Darius's 35th career rushing TD. Then Tiger linebacker DeAndre Wallace made another huge play for the defense with this vicious hit that forced a fumble that was recovered by Jordan Minat. You know, let me tell you, up until this point, going through the second quarter, the Tigers were right there playing with the USF Bulls and seemed to settle down and find their game. Actually, in the press box, we overheard USF media were saying that they did not expect this tight of a game. But then USF took advantage of a pair of late second quarter Tiger turnovers that led to 2 TDs right before halftime for a 28-10 USF lead.
All right, that's the first half, so let's go upstairs and visit with the voice of the Tigers.
Here in the radio media press box at Raymond James Stadium, a broadcasting legend, Spiro Marikas, has covered Towson University Tiger sports. Starting his 26th year, he's known as Voice of the Tigers. He even broadcasted the games I played in many years ago. He's an alumni of Towson and has an incredible connection and understanding of the evolution of the Tiger football program.
I started at Towson in 1978. They were a Division III program, and here we are, too many years later, playing South Florida this year, playing Maryland next year, and the program has just grown so much. But you're right, Towson is always the underdog.
This year, Spiro once again teams up with former Tiger football coach Gordy Combs, who spent 30 years coaching the Tigers.
And he is the only man who has seen more Towson football games than me.
Yes.
So it's great working with him. It's just fantastic.
I was so fortunate to be the halftime guest on their CBS radio broadcast, in addition to another Towson alum, local Tampa Bay TV news personality Bill Logan, who remembers working with Spiro back from their early days working together at Towson University, and he was proud to see the Tigers visiting Florida.
And it gives people a chance to talk about this little school outside Baltimore, which is actually a pretty big school. I mean, USF has exploded since I moved here in '87, but Towson has grown like crazy up in Baltimore. It's what they call it, the urban university now.
All right, we're getting ready for the second half, and let's go visit with one former Tiger football player who's in a nice suite right now. Let's check it out.
Former Tiger quarterback Dan Crowley had invited my former teammate and Tiger supporter Jay Wasserman and his family to watch the game and enjoy this Tiger Florida invasion.
You know, once again, it's exciting that we're starting to play these games. You know, we've been able to move up with the recruiting and start to compete at this level, and hopefully we can continue to do that, get our name out there, and start to get, you know, better athletes as we've been doing.
Jay brought his 3 sons, who, by the way, are all good lacrosse players, to the game, and actually one of them will be playing for the Tigers in the near future.
Towson's been my home since I was born, pretty much. I've been around the campus a while. Coach Nadalin was a huge part in that. He's a great man. He teaches toughness on and off the field, how to be a great man growing up. And that was honestly kind of the deciding factor going to play for Coach Nadalin.
Also in the suite was another one of my Tiger teammates who was there to join in on the support.
It's all the guys because it is a brotherhood. And that's what you really miss as an athlete. In August, I'm out here running at the Y on the fields now because I miss that brotherhood. And it's August when you're sweating with your brothers, getting ready for your first game like tonight.
And Tigers lacrosse head coach was there to support the football program as well.
It's always exciting to be out to a Towson sporting event. Coach Ambrose and my office is right next to each other, so you know we're in the same battle every day, supporting each other. When it's springtime, he's always behind lacrosse. You know, fall, we're always behind football. So it's great to be down here supporting their guys. They're putting up a great effort tonight.
Now, the second half of the game did not pan out very well for the Tigers, as USF team speed kept on going to chalk up their first win. For the Tigers during the game, Tiger running back Darius Victor surpassed the 3,000-yard mark in his career and became the 4th Tiger in history to do so. So hats off to the USF Bulls, who are a very good FBS football team, as they beat the Tigers. You know, initially, we all, of course, were hoping to bring you a storybook win of another Tiger upset over a powerful team. As the game played out, that was obviously not the case. But what I did find in doing this story was a powerful spirit of brotherhood that's created when young men come together and form a bond through the Towson University Tiger football experience. This lasting bond is built on blood, sweat, and tears, all working together towards a common objective. Playing together as a team and having each other's back, win or lose, fighting and competing one play at a time. And just like Coach Ambrose says, 6 seconds at a time. What this story evolved to was the Tiger connection that current and former players find in playing for this quality university and football program. This Tiger Brotherhood spills over to Towson alumni, family, and friends. This is the true story that I uncovered in this weekend's Tiger visit to Florida. You know, when I asked former Tiger players time and time again, what did you value most about their experience as a Tiger? The constant response from every one of them was exactly the same.
You just look around the room and the one word that comes to you is family. It's just, and seeing all these guys from all these different eras that played at different levels, but all had success in some way or another. Like I said, the hair on the back of my neck is standing up. That family is not, the team is not the team. The team's not the players or the coaches. This is the team.
It was about us, right? It was about the guys more than anything. You know, we all go on, we all start doing different things in life, but in the end, we can come back to situations like this, you know, get together, and it's like we never left. And I think that's a special piece that, you know, I try to communicate to my kids as they move into college is that's the important part, is the friendships that you'll make and you'll have for a lifetime.
Yeah, while the scoreboard did not reflect a victory, I think this story shows a bigger and just as important victory in the Tiger bonds that were once again strengthened and created this weekend. And for the young Tigers playing USF who went through the battles and adversities together, that's what they'll remember and value most, just like all the Tiger players and coaches before them.
All right, Tiger Nation, that's a wrap from Tampa, Florida. We hope you've enjoyed the show as much as we enjoyed producing it for you. And we'll see you on the next Tiger Excursion.